Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and some people have commented that you like it when I do cheap crafts and stuff too, and not just my monsters, so I'm trying to get into that more. And so all I doing here is I have a roll from like some kind of kitchen roll. It was either tinfoil or, I don't think it was tinfoil. I don't know what it was, something like that. And I'm just going to go around and rough up the edge of this. And you don't want this all to be the same height, so you kind of want to work your way down as you go. Whoops. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can rip some too. Like you could, you know what I mean, tear it some. You can just do different whatevs, you know what I mean. Perfection is not a prerequisite on this. Okay, and you want something like that. I'm going to curl mine outwards a little bit, I think. You can do yours however you want. So then you want to get some glue. You want to start adding like your bark-like texture. You don't need to go overboard with this, but I'll tell you where you do want to do a good job is around that seam that runs all the way around this. Okay, you really want to get in there on that. Now you could get a tree and peel bark off it and bring that inside and put in the oven and kill any bacteria on it. And you could do the same thing just by gluing tiny chunks of bark to it. But I didn't feel like going outside any more than I had to today. And since I made the brimf, I thought I needed a stump to represent what the brimf might look like before he becomes an active fight. Now, I'm not getting it all the way down to the bottom right now. And the reason is because it's not going to benefit our cause. Okay. I'm going to set this down for a minute and let it cool. While that's cooling, what we want to do is we want to make some root pieces to come off it. So the brimf had 4 big roots coming off of him. So what we'll do is we'll do like 3 roots and maybe like a branch. And as you twist these up, they will lose some length, okay? So let's get our piece. Get some glue on it. Get it on there. Like that. And then we want to get our root pieces, flatten the end so they sit nicely against it. And twist them up. And kind of push them down a little bit like this. Just flatten them down against it so we have a good place for the glue to adhere to. Okay. And then you want to kind of get your glue in there like that. And you want to work it onto the tin foil, and then drag it up onto the tree, so it'll have some kind of texture that you can recognize and use. Okay. Oops. Need another glue stick already. And that's not what I wanted. I didn't want mine to look so like I was making a triangle thing out of it, so I just twisted that one back around into place. And then you're going to do the same thing on these other two limbs. You're just going to get in here with the glue, fill that in, drag it up and down. Now we can fill in the holes onto our base if we want to, just by dragging some glue. Then we want to get glue on here, and then drag it up onto the branch, or up onto the tree base, and drag it down along the limb. We got to do this side as well. And when it comes to the bottom here, where it touches that, just kind of go up and down and drag that till you get a good solid bond. See, all I'm doing is putting that underneath and dragging it up. Okay. Now we don't really want the inside of this showing, so we can just make a little piece real quick that'll glue in there. Well, I had a pen in the drawer. Oh, there it is. Something like that. And just cut along the inside. And then you don't want that to be, you know what I mean, you want it to be not all the way down there, so we're going to cut this. Oh, I almost broke my light bulb. I'm just going to put a dab of glue right here in the middle to hold this while we glue it in place. And then we can pull it out later. That's not a big deal. So I'm going to get it down in here. Here we go, something like that. And then on the inside, just kind of drip some glue. And for now, just let it hit all around. And I was just tapping it from the bottom. We'll let that completely dry before we come back and play with that anymore. All right, we're gonna have one branch coming off the side here. So let me get scrape some hot glue off my arm. And let's make a branch. one gross, disgusting branch. And to get started with that, we'll just stick it on the side like that. And we'll do the exact same thing we did everywhere else. Just have some coming up, then rub those in, and then follow the texture of the natural tree that we built. Okay. So up and down, and then up onto that. Okay. And then you want to let that cool for a second. And while you're doing that, start working on the inside here and creating a texture. And the goal is to drag up and out. Okay. And then as it's starting to cool, just kind of come back in and hit it again. All right, is our limb getting dry? Our branch is not quite dry yet. So let's come back, a little bit of super glue, start dragging it up. Okay. And we'll hit this with a +2, or no, sorry, minor burning hands. Just a little magic for you. Look at that. Ooh, prestidigitation even. Okay. Now, on the brim, I did not do any stones or anything, but I think on this one we would seriously benefit from some stones. So I'm just going to grab a couple bigger stones. And find some spots where those would strategically look okay. And I'm just going to get a dab of, well, you could really use hot glue at this point, but I'm just going to get some super glue. Maybe. Oops. And then I want those to stick pretty good. I've been having a lot of trouble with my super glue lately, and I don't think it's from the Dollar Tree. I've always used Dollar Tree super glue for the most part, but I've been having issues, and I don't know why, but my super glue is just not super like it used to be. It seems like I used to be able to hold it for about 10 seconds and get whatever result I needed, and I'd just touch baking soda with it, and it would turn into a permanent rock. And maybe it's temperature or something, I don't know, but lately that's not been the case. Okay, so those seem pretty sturdy now. I'm going to wiggle it a little bit, but now it's good. All right, so let's do the inside here. And what we want to do is just kind of make a swirl. And once you get to the inside and work that swirl out, get the inside nice and with a spiral, but not real. You don't want that lump in the middle. So I'm just going to drag this outwards and have a swirl. Now, I'm going to come up on my branch a little bit more here and sturdy that up some more. I'm just dragging up, getting some of that glue and making a branch shape. I'm going to come in here and touch this up a little bit, make sure it's sturdy and has some texture. Now for the hard part. I think this is all dry. Good. We're going to get some Mod Podge and paint the groundwork. So if you have a big cheap dumpy brush you can use, that's perfect for this. Okay, set that off to the side, and then get a styrofoam plate. And we're going to get a couple different things going on here with ours. So we're going to start with sand. Like that. And just hit a lot of the main surface. And then I'm going to get a dark flock that I don't use a lot. And you can use any flock you have that you have a lot of. And this is just a color I just don't ever find myself using. Okay. Now there's a couple little things we need to do. We need to do some hole touch up inside here. There we go. And just fill the holes in and drag it up. And do a little touch up there. Oh. Now, I'd like to have a little bit of moss on my branches and stuff too. So I'm just going to get that Mod Podge got wet because I put it in my brush in there. And I'm just going to touch some of the root spots. I'm going to do this up here. And I'm going to get some on the side of my tree. I'm not going to do as thick of a coverage on that stuff. Alright, so that's what we came up with, something like that. Now, I'm going to put this in front of the fan for a while, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to spray paint this black. Okay? And then once I spray paint this black, I'm going to hit it with a spiderweb removal tool and get rid of that little bit of spider webs there. And then we'll come and paint it together. But just so you know where we're going to get between now and the next part, we're going to prime it black with rattle can, and then we'll come back and paint it. So, but it does need to sit and dry in front of the fan. And with this Mod Podge, I would let it dry for a while. Now, you know me, I'm not letting it sit for a couple hours. It's going to be like half an hour, but it needs to dry. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you like this craft. I hope it turns out good when we're done. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, share it with a friend, leave me a comment, join our Discord, come hang out with us, show us the stuff you're making, the stuff you're working on. We have some people that are doing more than just miniature work. We have some people that are making spoons out of wood. We have an individual who is crocheting and doing wood burning. I am interested in crafts of many kinds. I don't know how to do crafts of every kind, but I would ultimately, before I die, like to learn how to do anything I find interesting ever. So come join us, share your knowledge with us too. Don't just come here to learn from me. Spread the wealth. Teach us what you know. Maybe you came up with a cool idea doing something like this different than what I did, or maybe you're a professional and I'm not. So just remember, we all have something to offer as a team. So join the family and come hang out. And buy some miniatures from the website, damn it. Thanks for watching.